the Texas family. Yes, hey, guys, I'm really, really sorry. But the Texas family is Nomsa here, guys. It can go to Texas, find your own voice, lead from within. So it's Thursday today, guys. I'm on my own. If it is your first time here at Ngozi Talk Shows, um, we help our audience find their own voice at Ngozi Talk Shows and lead from within. So you could find your own voice in every area of your life. So the topic today is embracing uncertainty, a path to grow, empowering and stronger bond. Uncertainty is inevitable part of it. Yet many of us struggle with fear and doubt when faced with the unknown. I'm guilty of struggling with fear, struggling with doubt when I'm facing the unknown. So instead of seeing uncertain as a threat, we can reframe it as an opportunity to grow, empowerment, and a deeper connections with others. It's hard, guys, to actually um, see um, uncertainty as a growth and empowering, but it can be easy if you truly, truly, truly understand your strength within you. By embracing uncertainty, we learn to trust ourselves, take meaningful action, develop authenticity and confidence in all areas of our lives. So this journey is not about eliminating fear, but rather learning to navigate it with courage and resilience. So it's really, really important. And most of all, guys, when you are faced with uncertainty, it's really, really hard to face challenges without God. Um, I, for me personally, I don't think I can actually face any challenges on my own. I don't know about other Christians. I find that whatever I'm doing is easy to actually uh, face problems or challenges or uncertainty with God, guiding me through life where I need to go. So I don't know about you guys. So you can share your stories where you had to actually face the challenges, how you were able to navigate them. I'd love to hear that if anyone is willing to share. So what is the step number one? The step number one, guys, you have to overcome fear and doubt. Acknowledge your fears, recognizing what makes you feel uncertain and what. For me, it's always been, I always had fear and doubt. But within me, it was my confidence. I thought I was confident. But deep, deep, deep inside of me, there was part of me that did not feel confidence. So awareness is the first step overcoming fear. Reframe your reframe the unknown. Instead of seeing uncertainty as a risk, view it as a space for possibility and new experiences. Develop growth mindset is really, really important. See challenges as an opportunity um, to learn, evolve, rather than obstacles to avoid. So it's really, really important to practice self-compassion. Accept that making mistakes is part of the journey. It does not define your worth. It's really, really important, guys. Some people feel that when they make mistakes, they crucify themselves and they put themselves under judgment. And let me share the video. When they put themselves under judgment, they will find 20 reasons or 100 reasons why they cannot move forward, why they cannot change their lives. They will find 100 and 100, 1,000, many reasons but it is really, really important, guys. Let me share this video. It's really, really so it's really, really. Oh, why am I playing back this video? I'm not. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Okay. Sorry, guys. It's um, it's really, really important, guys, to actually um embrace the unknown. Uh, because when you embrace the unknown, sometimes it's nice not knowing where you're going. Let God lead you. For me, I let God lead me. Okay, I think I'm going to explain this. There's a piece. I'm going to explain this. Um, I've realized that there's something that I picked up on about Christians. Um, they love God. Christians pray, but they don't know how to let God be a leader in their lives. And they don't know how to listen the voice of God. And number three, they don't know how God responds to prayers. So I think I'm going to, when I'm finished with this, I'm going to create a small video, like 4 minutes or 3 minutes video, explaining how to actually let God take the lead. It's really, really important. I've worked with people. They pray before meetings. They pray, but when it comes to reality, they don't know how to let God take the lead. So I'm gonna explain that to you, for you guys. I've been through that journey myself, where I've been blinded, where I go through suffering, not knowing how to let God take the lead. So it's really, really important. Um, and the other thing, I'm nearly finished sharing this video. And the other thing is, if you like you make a mistake, mistakes is Christians, it's easy to repent. It's easy to, you can repent to God and ask God to forgive you instead of uh, dwelling to the past, the mistakes that we have made. Like, yeah. So number two is the role of trusting the process. Trust yourself. Believe in your ability to handle what comes your way, even if the outcome is unclear. Trust the process. God is a God of miracles. He is a miracle. He's a God that gives a miracle. He gives an undeserving miracle. So trust the process. For me, I understand that whatever is going on in me, all I have to do is trust myself. I got to trust my abilities. I got to trust God that is going to handle whatever comes my way, even if the outcome is unclear, even if the outcome does not make sense. Trust the others, trust the people around you. There are people that come into your life. God has put it into your life as your helpers. They come into your life to change your life for better. Some they come to destroy. So as a human being, you got to understand why are these people are in your life. There are some people who are in your life to take your life to the next level. There are some people who are in your life to actually destroy you, because they've not been put by God. Darkness can put the wrong man into your life to stop the good guys coming your way. He can stop he can stop good guys, good men coming your way and bring the good guys. He can stop good women coming your way and stop the bad wind and bring a bad woman to come to your life. So you got to understand the power of God. How does it work? He's a God of miracles. You know the song, I'm saving the God of miracles. I know, yes, I know. I'm saving the God of miracles. I know, yes, I know. So you got to trust. Even when life doesn't make sense, guys, you got to trust, you got to believe. So when you trust, you believe, meaning that God, I trust you. My life doesn't make sense at this minute, but I trust you. So you got to trust and you got to believe. It's really, really important to do that. In my life on LinkedIn, why can't I see me? I'm not sure if I am live on LinkedIn. Okay. Let me just check if I'm really, really live on LinkedIn. So you got to trust God, guys. It's really, really important to trust his abilities and to trust him. Let me go and check on Restream if I am live, because I can't see my LinkedIn live. So that means I might not be live. So if I'm live, guys, just let me know, send me a message if I am. But if I'm not, am I live on LinkedIn? Yeah, I am streaming live, but I can't see my live, so I can't see comments on LinkedIn. Not sure why. So yeah, so it's really, really important, guys, to actually understand your journey. Okay, I found myself. It's really, really important to understand that journey and embrace whatever comes your way. Sometimes the uncertainty presented to us so we can learn some things, or sometimes we can learn things about ourselves and let go of wanting to control everything. Some people like to control. They like to control everything, but understanding that you cannot predict or control everything. You can control how you respond. That is the power that we have. How do we respond to every situation? Is how we respond to every situation is how our tomorrow is going to look like. Is how our next year is going to look like. Is how our 5 years is going to look like. So it's really, really, really important to understand that God is the creator of this earth. I'm not going to call him anything. His name is Jesus. He's God. He's the creator of the earth. So as long as we understand that regardless of what is going on in our lives, but things always work out just fine. Number 3 is taking action in different aspects of your life. It's really, really important to take action in your career life, in personal growth, relationship, in every area of our lives with our children. Take a calculated risk. Try new opportunities. Try, if you're single, try to find that special person and pursue passions despite uncertainty. Relationship, be open to relationship. Be honest with yourself and be willing to step into the unknown with others, even when it feels uncomfortable. God is a God of miracles. He is a God that guides us through. Health, your well-being is important. Adopting new habit. Trust the process of self-empowerment and embrace change. When embracing change as a part of progress. So it's really, really important. If you are somebody who has been hurt before in a relationship, You don't need to stay in that place of hurt and stuff. Just let it go. Find the healing. Number 4 is cultivating authenticity and confidence. Know your values. A woman needs to know her values. A man needs to know her values. When I enter your life, you guys, I need you to, the way you present yourself to me, Nomsa, these are my values that I live by. These are my principles that I live by. Stay true to what matters to you, even when external circumstances are unpredictable. Stay true to yourself. You know, we call God this, God that. But what we don't understand is God is already, in God's kingdom, God has this thing where he says, if you want to come into my kingdom, these are my 10 commandments. His commandments are non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. You cannot negotiate with them. When they are violated, when 10 commandments of God are violated, you get to know about it, because the punishment is unbearable. So for you, okay, the uncertainty, your values, staying true to yourself, even when circumstances are unpredictable. So what do you do when people enter your life? Do you let them take advantage of you? So you got to think about this thought of God has principles in place. He has 10 commandments. He said this, that is his commandment. And he does not negotiate. He understands that not everyone follows him. He is not bothered about it. The reason why he is not bothered about it, he knows everyone is his children. Even Satan himself is God's child. He knows. God knows these are my non-negotiable, my children. Everyone that is on earth, God knows they are his children. Non-negotiable. Does not negotiate with Satan. Although Satan will go and ask people to sell their soul and stuff, but God still loves us. So he is not bothered. He knows that he's aware that not everyone is for me, even though they are all mine. But he knows that not everyone that says, Lord, 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 will enter the kingdom of God. He knows. He knows. So all these things, guys, I'm sharing with you because the people, they worry about people. When the uncertainty enters your life, instead of dealing with that problems, you start worrying about people. If I don't do this, people are going to look at me like this. If this does not happen, people are going to do this. People are going to do this. Who cares? Dealing with you. Your life is between you and God. It's between you and God. Not anybody else. Your friends, your family can support you. Friends can support you. But it does not mean that you have to do things to please them. Meaning pleasing them, meaning when life does not make sense, instead of focusing on fighting to find that breakthrough, you end up fighting to fit in. So you don't have to fit in with people. You don't. You don't have to fit in. Focus on the moment. So be in the present moment. Focus on the moment rather than worrying about the future. Celebrate your small wins, acknowledge your progress, build confidence, recognize every step forward. Surround yourself with supporting people, people that are going to cheer you up. Engage with people who encourage and uplift you, reinforcing your confidence and the authenticity. So those are really, really important things. Guys, it's really, really important to embrace is uncertainty. It's not about eliminating fear, but learning to navigate it with trust, taking action, and self-belief. When we step into the unknown with confidence and authenticity, of course, with that, we open ourselves to new opportunities, deeper connection, and more empowering life by overcoming fear. Trusting it means I trust myself and I trust those that He has put in my way. And I'm willing to take action and I'm willing to stay true to myself, to who I am, to transform my life during uncertainty, from source to anxiety into path of growth and fulfillment. So those are the things that you need to have in your life. And also during uncertainty, being a beacon of support of individuals that are facing personal hardship, it will require you to sympathize with other people, consistent and willingness to be present for others, even when your life does not make sense. So how do you continue to be a source of strength and encouragement when life does not make sense? Cultivate a deep listening, give full attention without interrupting or offering immediate solution, validate their people's emotions. Sometimes people just need to be heard or understood. Ask open-ended questions to help them express their thoughts more freely. So when your life doesn't make sense, guys, be a beacon of support for individuals. Offer them emotional support without judgment. This is what I did, guys. Some people might see me when I'm speaking, like they're like, is there such thing as a human blood sacrifice? Yes, there is. How did I survive? Instead of focusing on me, what I was going through, I had to offer support to other people. I had to be there for other people. Emotionally, I had to support others, knowing that emotionally God is supporting me. Avoid minimizing their struggle or comparing them to others. I had to stop comparing my life and I had to support them, giving them reassurance that their feelings are valid, that they are not alone, and also be patient. Healing and problem solving take time. There is no such thing as overtime. Encouraging hope and positive perspective is important. Help them see their strength and past success. So it's really, really important, guys, to remind ourselves, to remind those who are going through hardship that challenges are temporary. Even when we go through the uncertain, challenges are temporary. That growth often comes from hardship. So share lifting stories and example of resilience if appropriate. Or maybe even when you go through these uncertain times, you can join the groups and provide practical assistance. Offer tangible help such as running room assisting with tasks and connecting with useful sources is really, really important. Help them to break down overwhelming problems into manageable steps. So it's really, really important, guys. Instead of when you are faced with uncertain and you end like uh, you're like dwelling on those problems. It's like, why me? Why do I have to go through so much pain? Why not help others? Encourage them to get therapy, or even if you feel like life is hard, is more easy for you that moment, get therapy, get counseling. My counselor is God, guys. I cannot tell you where God has pulled me through. I cannot tell you and I cannot explain. Because if I explain to you, you will look at me and you will say, "No, sir, you have gone there." by our Father. If I explain to you and sit down with you, explaining the places, the circumstances, where God has put me through, where God has showed me, that means I am Adonai, I am El Shaddai, I am Yahweh, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes before me, not even your mother, not even your father, not even your sister, no one, not even your husband, not even your wife, not even your brother. No one comes before me. I'm the way and the truth and the life. Through the Holy Spirit, through the Holy Spirit, you can connect with me. That's what God is. So whatever pain you're going through, whatever challenge you are facing, guys, I can't explain. When I was going through human blood sacrifice, I never went through depression medication because God was always with me. He pulled the pain away from me because I was willing to cry. I cried a lot. That's what I did, is crying. But when my cry was not the cry of feeling sorry for myself, it was the cry of help. Instead of crying from a man or crying from a woman, I cried to God. Hear my cry. And when I cry, He'll hear me. I'm not going to lie to you guys and say things were not easy. But when you are faced with uncertainty, is how you respond in that life and how you make a decision to actually, instead of focusing on your what you're going through, help others. Through that pain, I helped others. When I was in the middle of uncertainty, I helped other people. I never complained. I put myself to help others. And that helped me not to forget my story, but it helped me just to see another human being smile. It helped me to be where I am today. So I don't know your story. I don't know what your story is. Maybe your story is the business. Maybe the business is facing uncertainty. Maybe the business is going under liquidation. Maybe the business is not bringing enough growth. I don't know your story. Maybe is relationship not going well. I don't know your story. I don't know your story. So if the business is not going well, or life is not going well, so how do you move forward? Do we cry? No, we don't cry. We don't cry, guys. All we do is we have to ask for God to hold our hand, His hand. Give me your hand, so I can move forward with my life. I don't know what tomorrow is gonna look like, but guys, God, you know the day that when I'm going to die. You know my date of death. So if you know my date of death and you know my path, so guide me through my path so I can get to where I need to be. I don't know your story, guys. It could be a relationship. It could be children. It could be sickness. It could be anything. But you can conquer those fears. You can conquer those doubts if you only believe in your abilities and believe in God's abilities. And say, God, do something in my life that you have never done before. Let me be an example. Let me be a testimony. That's all you have to do. Even when life does not make sense, even when feel like God is gone on holiday, sometimes it can feel that God is gone on holiday. When you cry out, when God doesn't respond, it can feel that God is on holiday. It can feel that the world is against you. It can feel that no one cares. But there was one man that will always care about you, is God. Whenever you go through pain, whenever life does not make sense, it will make it make sense. Sometimes the uncertainty that we go through because there is part of our lives that we don't understand, that we don't know exist. For me, I went through human blood sacrifice. For me, that was uncertain. But through that, I realized that actually I'm very talented. I'm a gifted child, which I did not take my life very serious before. But when that was presented to me, I started asking myself questions. Why would someone want to sacrifice me? What do I have that others don't? What makes me stand out? What makes me so different? That is somebody want to take my life, to live my life. What makes me so different? And God gave me those answers, why I was going through what I was going through. But when I went to God, I was like, show me. Why do I have to go through this pain? Help me to understand it. And I wasn't crying. I knew that Satan wanted to take my life. But I knew that in order for me to survive, I had to fight, I had to stand the ground. And standing the ground in meaning, I need to fight for my battles. Not anybody, not even my mother was going to fight for me. If that pain that you're going through, where there is rejection from a relationship, no one is going to fight for you. You only have to understand that you have not been rejected because there is something wrong with you. The person that rejects you, they have problems. It's not that you are not good enough. It's because they don't see good in you. When they don't see good in you, doesn't mean they are wrong or no, they are not, because they have their own battles that they have to fight. You have your own battles where you have to fight. It is then when you have to stand in truth and say, I know who I am. No matter how many times I've been rejected, no matter how many times many tells me that I'm not good enough, but I am good enough for me because I am my Father's child. So those are the things that you got to understand. If you are a man, a woman enters your life, and a few years later, they tell you that you are not good enough. As a man, you got to take a stand and say, I do understand who I am. I am my own father's child and my own mother's child. And I believe in me, I believe in my abilities. Whatever this person that tells me that I'm not good enough, whatever the battles they are facing is their own battles, but I'm going to stand in truth. I'm going to move forward in my life and be the man that God wants me to be. One day, God will bless me with a good woman that is going to appreciate me. One day, God is going to bless me with a man that is going to appreciate me. That man, God is going to guide him through to treat me like a queen, to treat me like a king. Instead of feeling sorry for yourself and telling you that I'm not good enough and putting your life under condemnation. So many women, they put themselves under condemnation because they believe that they are not enough. So many men, they put themselves under condemnation. They end up getting into depression, end up getting into all anxiety because of one man who enters their life and trash them. These men find you, know yourself, you know your values, but they come into your life and they trash you and you let them. A woman enters your life, very successful man, and then a woman trash them and leaves them with nothing because they believe that they are not good enough. You know, she left me. And that's why I can never love again. She left you because her life was messed up. Guys, I'm talking from experience. I was in a relationship before. My life was messed up, but my relationship didn't work. I spent time looking for this guy, spent time trying to keep him. We are family, spent time being a woman in his life, but things didn't work. When I left, I didn't blame the guy. I didn't blame myself, but I was God. Show me what I didn't do right. Show me anything that is in my life. And God said, I needed to deal with my childhood. I needed to deal with the things that I thought were okay, but inside my soul wasn't okay. My parents and my mother's divorce, and my soul wasn't okay. But that divorce, I didn't have a clue about it. I was 9 months or 8 months when my parents divorced. I didn't have a clue, but my soul did. My soul knew exactly what went on, what was wrong. He knew because my soul needed some answers from my parents. The moment I communicated with my parents, I broke free because there was no longer question. I understood who I was, and I was no longer going to let anything standing in my way. And I asked God to hold my hand because I can't do it on my own. So I don't know your story. I don't know what's uncertain. What are you facing? It could be healthy problems. Healthy problems. You're going through pain. Instead of crying and saying, God, and crying and saying, why do I have to go through? Get up. Get up. You don't get healing by crying. You get up and speak. Ask for healing. You ask God for healing and say, God, give me only if you can give me a second chance. What am I going to do? What are you going to do if God gives you a second chance? And you got to be true to yourself. What are you going to do? Are you going to help others if He gives you a second chance? What are you going to do? Are you going to become the woman that God gave me a second chance for me to become the woman that you created me to be? Yes. That's another thing you can make a deal with God and say, God, I've not valued myself. Give me this chance for me to live another 100 years so I can empower people. I can empower myself so I can create the life that you created, you've given me, my life. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what the uncertainty you're facing. So you could be facing things that don't make sense. Poverty, you could be facing financial problems. Instead of saying, why me, and staying in one place and say, God, give me an idea that will make me create $1 million brand. Give me the idea. You can say, you can say anything to get out of that situation. I know people might say, Nomsa, you're mad. When I'm going through problems, why would I get strength if the strength is found within you? It's found within you because God is with you in there. He's not outside. We don't go outside and looking for God. God is within our heart. Give me strength where I have no strength. Give me hope where I have no hope. Give me courage to go on when life does not seem okay in my life. Give me wisdom, my Father, to go on. Let me have the courage Give me strength to let go of what does not serve me in my life. Give me wisdom. Give me the courage to go on. Because when Satan comes, I don't know, guys, how I can tell you. When Satan comes, Satan has no mercy. He has no mercy when you are sitting down. His job is to press you down. To press you down is like taking a stone and putting a stone on top of you to say you can't get up. This is where you have to rise and say, no, I rise. He died for me. When God died, he died. His blood was split on the ground for you to live freely on earth. But bear in mind that Satan is, or he opposes whatever we do on earth. So you might be somebody and say, you know what, everything I do, it goes wrong. Look at your life. What triggers things to go wrong without blaming yourself? Because you are not the problem. When things go wrong, you are not the problem. You become the problem when you blame yourself. You become the problem when you cannot respond how you want your tomorrow to look like. Because when Satan hits, Satan has no mercy, guys. I'm talking from experience. I have faced Satan myself until I said enough is enough. I've had people judging me in my life. I had people thinking they know what was going on. But through that pain, I knew, I understood that no one knows a pain that is greater than anything rather than you. You only know your pain. Your friend will never understand your pain. So never try to ask them to understand your pain because they will never understand it. Your family will never understand your pain. So stop wasting time trying to convince them to understand your uncertainty because they won't. The feeling is within you. You are the only person that can understand it. You are the only person that can respond and say, tomorrow, my tomorrow today, my life might not seem to make sense, but today I'm going to respond so that my tomorrow is going to be different. And if your tomorrow is different, you're going to celebrate that. Celebrate it. Because if you don't celebrate it, it doesn't make sense. So celebrate those small wins. Celebrate them and be authentic. Regardless of what people say, stay authentic. Stay true to yourself. Authenticity is the key to success. Self-image, understanding who you are. Don't do things to please other people, trying to fit in with everybody. Everybody has their own life that they are fighting. So fight your own life, create your self-image, be authentic, and know that everything is going to work well, regardless of what is going on. I don't know your pain, guys. I don't know the uncertainty, the things that you're going through. I don't know. But all I know is when God says, I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. It means when you cry out his name, El Shaddai is God with me, the God of Jacob, the God of Israel, the God of Abraham. Have mercy in my life. I don't know what my life is going through, and I don't know how my tomorrow is going to look like. But all I know is, God, you know. Hold my hand. And he will hold your hand through those dark times. Don't even worry about people laughing at you. Because people laugh. People will always have something to say. But it's okay. Everyone is entitled for their opinions. But people's opinions, they don't define you. I'm here today speaking. Somebody might say, you know what? I can't stand the NOMSA. It's okay. Not everybody, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm God's cup of tea. So people might say, I don't like NOMSA. But that's okay. So you got to understand who you are as a person. You got to understand where you want to go with your life and hold on to it. Hold on to that life. The life that is great. The life that is shining. The life that one day it might have its own ups and downs. There's no such thing as a straight path. But even though that I'm going through challenges at this moment, I know where I'm going and I know where God is taking me. If you're going through abusive relationship, get out of it. There is no other way. I cannot tell you that God will make that man better. An abusive man is an abusive man. Abusive woman is an abusive woman. The only way is God to get you out of it. So you got to get out. Don't delay to the cycle. When you get out, you go therapy, you break that cycle. Break it so your children don't get attracted to abusive men, to men who don't value you. You can break the cycle of it. Poverty, going through poverty. You can break the cycle of poverty. Any generational liability that I have inherited, get out. That is poverty, get out. If it's poverty, get out. If it's marital delay, get out. If you have inherited marital delay, you get out. If you inherited stagnation, get out the stagnation. So you got to speak. The words that we speak, they become things, like Bob Proctor says. They become things. And I've learned that from the experience. This is how I'm able to come here, guys, and do my talk show. Because I survived the human blood sacrifice. Surviving it means I had to speak. I had to speak for myself. When Satan come to crush me, to condemn me, I had to speak. I had to learn to speak. And God had to put ground on Satan that you cannot touch Nomsa. You cannot touch her soul. You can do anything else, but you cannot touch her soul. And that's how I survived, by understanding the love of God. And understanding that the people, sometimes they will let you down. But that's okay. Sometimes the people will not support you. They will call you crazy when you want them to support you. They will call you. That one is looking for attention when you want them to support you. When I was going through pain, there were people that were going through pain. But when those people go through pain, people will turn their back on them because the people make things up. So I don't know the people that you are surrounded, that surround your foundation. I don't know what they are, how they are. But if you don't have good people in your life, please get rid of the people that are not good in your life. One friend, two friends is enough, or three friends, or 4 or 5, or even 20, as long as they are good people. Because we become who we become by people who are around us. We become that. What we hear in our ears, we become that. If we are hearing negativity, we become negative. So it's really, really important, guys. Anything, whatever you do in your life, to understand that your life is your life. People might not understand what you're going through, But as long as you yourself understand the pain you are going through, and you yourself understand that pain is temporal, what you don't do is you do not depend on medication. I never went on medication. When I was going through sacrifice, it means my soul had been taken from me. My soul was taken from me. It means I was a body without a soul. Life did not make sense. But all I did was, God, restore my soul. Bring me back to where I need to be. And I fought Satan. I cried for my strength until my strength was restored. I never went to the doctors asking for help. All I did was to seek support. I had people around me who have fought Satan, who knew what a human blood sacrifice is. I had different nationality, United English, Black people supporting me through the challenges that I was facing. I didn't care what people thought of me. All I cared was my survival. It didn't matter what people thought of me as a person. It did not matter. I knew that if I tell them, they will start judging me. They will start telling me, no, that Nomsa, there's no such thing as this, there's no such thing. But all I did was to gather people who have gone the experience, people who have fought Satan, who knows what Satan is, and I asked them, teach me what you know so I can survive. Teach me what you know. And they taught me. They dedicated their lives to teach me how to be the woman that I am today. They were asking God forgiveness every single day. God, release Nomsa from Satan. Whatever her ancestors did that is making her be in this situation, may God, may you hear her cry. And that was my cry every single day. And God will put people in place. Whatever I needed, God will put people in place. I do not remember one day being stranded of people. People were there. When I needed them, were there. But my family were not there. I had a man in my life. His family were not there. This is the truth. I don't want to lie to you. So if I can tell you that we can depend on people, we can. I knew that moment when God said to the people that were helping me, tell her not to tell people, because he knew, God knew that my chance of survival is me and him. But with people involved, they're going to start telling me what they think. And those words, those painful words, they will end up taking my life. He knew. But there I listened. I told my story after survival. But after survival, when I told my family, the words that came out of their mouth, my mom supported me from the beginning. She held my hand because she's my mom. She gave back to me. She held my hand from beginning to the end. But some members of my family, when I told them what I was going through, they assented. My life was uncertain. My survival was very slim. Very, very slim. But when I had survived, now sharing my testimony with my family, this is what I went through. They were horrible. The words that came out of people's mouth, those words I understood straight away. These people would have killed me. But these people are the ones that will say, Nomsa, we love you. Come back, maybe a few years later, they'll come back and say, Nomsa, we believe in you. Liars. People are liars. Some people I didn't tell them because God knew they were not going to support me. Instead, they were going to tell me that I'm crazy. There is no such thing as a human blood sacrifice. Human blood sacrifice, it means that you die like everybody else. You can die from heart attack. You can die from being hit by a car accident. You can die from anything. But for me, I caught it because when my soul, the moment they removed my soul, the moment I realized that something was wrong, and I voiced it. Like, as a prayer, I voiced it as a prayer. God, show me what is going on. And this is when the Spirit itself spoke. I am here to take your life. So for those who are wondering, Minister, how did you know? I knew because my soul was taken away from me. When my soul was taken away from me, I never suffered in depression. I never suffered, I never doubted myself. I never, things that I've never done. I started doing them and I started questioning what was going on. I questioning God. I don't understand. Why am I behaving this way? And I prayed a prayer. The minute I prayed a prayer, the Spirit spoke. I'm here to take my life, your life. I was sent by this person in people's names. The person that I'm close to, the person that I love, wanted to get fame and wealth through me. And, being able to deal with those things is uncertain. It's like, why do I have to go through this? Now I wasn't only facing the sacrifice, I was facing the people that I love wanting to take my life. I was facing the pastors that I watch on TV. I say, Jesus, blood of Jesus. And I was facing them as the people wanted to take my life because the Spirit spoke and say, this is the person in your family who sent me. This is the pastor that sent me. This is the witch doctor that sent me. These are the people that they watch on TV. And they're like, you know what? This one is coming on, the program is coming on, but they are killing people to get fed. Celebrities. These people, they are so powerful. They've got powerful music. They've got big brands. I couldn't understand. I got confused. And I was like, I hear these people saying this is what they've done, but I'm their victim as well. I got confused. But through that confusion, I said to God, have mercy on me. Give me a chance. But when God showed me that He is a God of mercy, when He showed me that thou shalt not suffer a witch to live, He showed me the strength that I had within me. And that was the end. I can tell you today, the people that were behind my sacrifice, there were too many. Some are still living today, but some have lost their lives because I've learned to read the Bible. I've learned what does it mean when God says, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. What does it mean? And I speak. Too many people that are famous, pastors, that took their lives because of me, because I stood and spoke. Too many people that are not famous, that took their lives because I spoke. So I don't know what pain you're going through. So all I can tell you is You got to learn to fight your battles because Lucifer does not care. He cares about himself. His job is to steal, to destroy. He doesn't care about nobody. He only cares about himself. All I can tell you that. He only cares about himself. So those people who come to your life and tell you that they've sold their soul to him, they are nothing. They are nothing. But God, he himself, God cares about him because he's God's child. All of these people that sold their soul, God cares about them. So you got to care about yourself. Find that strength within you and cry out. If it means cry out, you have to humble yourself. You have to no fighting nobody. Your energy has to be, you cannot negotiate with the fighting, arguing with people. You got to remove in your life. No egos. You got to humble yourself, completely surrender yourself and say, God, I come as I am on my own. I can't fight this battle. That's my attitude. I come as I am. I'm nothing. But with you, I can have strength. Then God gave me strength. The words that I speak, they become reality. They become reality. The words that I speak. Any blood, if I say now any blood that was sacrificed, God is crying against you, or strangle those who sacrifice you. You will do it. It will happen because I understand my strength. I understand God's power. God has authority over problems. God has authority over uncertainty. So guys, whatever you're going through, that's what I live with. God has authority over uncertainty. He has power over problems. He can overcome. He can give you undeserving miracle. The miracle of me having a second chance, it was an undeserving miracle. I didn't deserve it, but he saved me. So that's what I live with you. He can give you undeserving miracle. No matter what pain, poverty, shame, if you feel like your life is not going the way you want, he can change your story. God bless, guys.